Drink Water Podcast.
Yeah, Drink Water Podcast,
We're
everyone.
back. Get your water.
Get your waters out.
Drink
We're
Water.
right in the
Podcast.
middle of a.
We're right in the middle of a little conversation. Good and evil. Are there good and bad people in human society?
Yeah. So I definitely have this standpoint that there are.
Good and bad people, you were saying.
Yes.
Where I was being more circumstantial, leads people down certain pathways.
Yes.
Where if anyone was in that particular situation, would be relatively similar. Have a relatively similar response.
Yes. So my whole standpoint is there are only really good and bad people, and this is something like
There's no one in
intrinsic.
between.
You
Are there
definitely
some
have.
yin and yangs? Or is everyone good and bad? Are there actual good people? Should we start there? Are there all good people?
I think there are good people.
All good, not good. Not an ounce of evil in them. Nothing could ever... They'd kill themselves before anything bad. They'll do anything bad.
I think it literally might be a percentage thing. I think what happens, I think in order to be a good person, you have to pass this 50% barrier.
What's this barrier?
Let's
Lay
say
it down
let's
for
say
us.
you've got this thing where you've got the worst person on earth who is, let's say you have someone around like 10%, where I think I would lump in serial killers, rapists, pedophiles,
Who act on it.
yeah, people who
Yeah.
act on it. People who are going out of their way to school shooters,
Yeah.
out of their way to kill or really make people's life dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible. Above that, I think I want to throw in con men. This is like the 20% pimps.
Yeah.
People who are like doing more psychological stuff.
Yeah.
And then you've got 30%, I'd probably say people who are like kicking a homeless person, people who are like
Pretty
spitting
bad,
at
though.
people.
I'll put them down
No,
with
but
the
they
con
haven't-
man.
They haven't killed someone. They haven't ruined someone's entire life.
I don't know, kicking a homeless man.
Yeah, kicking a
You've got to be
homeless
a
man.
pretty bad person.
I'm talking about, let's say you're drunk out with the lads on a Friday night. You just kick
drunk
someone
out with the
homeless.
lads many times.
You know,
with many
yeah.
people, no one's kicking homeless people.
Of course, because
Ever.
you're not with the 30%.
But none of my friends, none of them are in the 30%.
They're probably
I've never
not-
heard of
they're
any.
probably
I've
not
heard
in-
of people do that.
They're probably
but-
not in the 30% either.
right.
I think I would say you're definitely a good person, and I would say
Thank
that-
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm still questioning you now.
No, yeah, no, it's good. It's a really good thing to question. You should constantly question yourself because I feel it fluctuates.
Yeah.
And it's the whole Nazi thing. You can be brought into being a really terrible person with the right things happening.
Yeah, but then what about survival? Does that make someone bad, or should they just kill themselves before they have to do something for survival reasons? If someone's starving to death, and they go and steal someone's phone, but then it turns out that person needed that phone for an emergency phone call, which got someone else killed. Like, we can go down so many different.
And I want to start going down
things,
all
yeah.
these things as well.
I
Survival.
want to get into psychopaths as well, but we'll touch on that later.
Survival's a really great one because I feel that's the tester.
Desperation.
Yeah, that's the real test of your humanity, your belief systems, your ethics, everything's morals. All this now is being tested.
So
All
you can
this
be
is at
cut
play.
down back to an animal state.
Yes.
You have no family to lean on. You have no friends to lean on. You have nowhere to go. You have no food to eat.
Yes.
That person has what you need. If you don't get it, you will die.
Yep, completely. And what I think happens is like The Walking Dead's a great example.
Yeah.
What happens is you'd find some of those camps where you have one leader and everyone else is like has to crawl on the floor, and they're all like getting the scraps while this person is like eating steak dinners with their circle. That's a bad person, and I think most people who are in that circle are also bad people. You have someone, let's say, it's like the whole leader thing.
Are they not just cowards? Do they have to be a bad person? Are they not just
I
a
would find-
weak-minded
Yep.
person? They're like, I don't want to get my head chopped off. I'm
Yes,
just
this
gonna
is
sit
great.
here."
Cowardice also falls into traits that a bad person would have.
So you would get your head cut off before having the people lesser than the people below you eat scraps when you're having steak.
What
you would
happens-
stand up to the king and be like, "This is wrong," and get your head chopped off.
It's not that straightforward. It's usually literally
It's
like
kinda
No,
straightforward.
it's
For
not
this-
straight. No,
for the
for this
dead-
one, it's not straightforward at all. Because what
the
happens?
Walking Dead scenario. It's
No,
pretty
for the
straight.
Walking is it. I find it's a great one because
What
what
would you do,
happens?
though?
Yeah, what happens? Like
Yeah.
I'll even say these two cowardly people who are at the table. One goes, let's say, back to his barracks with his wife, and he's like, I don't know how did we get here? How we
Yeah.
get here? What am I gonna do? I
This is wrong.
can't. This is wrong. This is really wrong. But why don't you do something? It's like, I gotta protect us. And this again, this guy has like this blank look on his face. The bad man goes back and he's like, "Did you see what they were doing earlier? What are you looking at?" And hits his kid.
Yeah.
You want to end up like them? Again, you could be like, this guy is just
Right,
trying
so
to
you
look
don't even
out
have
for his
to
family.
act. You just have to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. A good person feels bad about stuff.
But
They don't
isn't the
have to-
great person the one that stands up and dies for it?
100%. And this is the thing. Not
And then
many
leaves
people.
their wife to now defend for herself?
Yep, 100%.
So is that also a bad person then?
No, this
No,
is
your
someone.
wife's going to get kidnapped, grabbed by some other man in this Walking Dead scenario.
Yep.
So you know you got to weigh up all these options.
No, the Walking Dead scenario is great because what happens here, we're talking about like the top percent. So we've gone past like the 50% guy, a guy who's like, oh, I kind of have a vague idea of what's right and wrong, and I try to do the right thing all the time.
Yeah.
That's someone who makes 50% because they're like, I'm going to actively do the right thing. They see someone fall over, it's like, oh, hell, are you okay? Most of the time, let's say 2 times out of 3, if it's someone that looks really dangerous, like let's say a junkie or something, they're
Or
like,
it looks like a setup or
oh
something.
my gosh. And then they're like, they have to do a bit of thinking. They may leave in that scenario. But let's say if it's a vulnerable person, an old lady, they're most likely going to go over and help.
Yeah.
I feel that's usually what gives you the pass into being a good person.
The good person.
That's when you become 50%.
Right.
And it goes up from there. What happens with the best people? Top, like, when you're at the 90 to 100%, there's someone who will literally sacrifice themselves for someone else.
It's in a TV show. I
Going out
can't
of their
remember
way.
the exact TV show, but there's a lot of good quotes in it. One is, I don't dream. Oh, I already ruined it. I don't sleep. I just dream.
Right.
One of my favorite quotes.
Yeah.
But there's some tale in it. Maybe it's not even, I don't know what it's from.
Yeah.
But it's essentially the only good man kills himself and donates all his organs and saves
100%.
48 lives. So if you're alive, you're already a bad person.
I've heard of that one as well. That's
Yeah.
a classic one. Yeah. Someone who,
So it's like anyone out here with their heart beating, strutting around, you're a bad person.
100%.
You could save 48 people's lives right now.
Yeah.
All you
Yeah.
have to do, sign all the donation things for all your organs, your eyes,
Yes.
your heart, your liver. You could save around 48 people's lives who will certainly 100% die
Yeah.
for your one little life.
definitely. That is the 100% person.
Yeah.
Who doesn't exist. The 0%
Yeah.
person doesn't exist either. That's someone who's just been killing. That's someone who just arrives
Dharma.
and is...
They're swinging.
Yeah, even more than a Dharma.
Come
Because
out
it's...
the
there's- That's someone who's just got absolute hate. And I don't even think that person exists. I don't
Yeah.
think either of those people exist. You'd probably start at the 1% where you're
Yeah.
like, dang, this dude's absolutely evil.
So let's go. I just want to go a bit deeper.
Yes.
So a psychopath, someone who's born
Yes.
from the day they never had a choice. They
don't
were
have a choice over
born.
this.
God, whoever created us,
Yep.
cursed them in a way and made it. We're gonna give you little to no human emotions for
Yes.
other people's suffering. Is that their fault?
That's a great
Do
question.
they fall in there, or is that just an unfortunate sequence of events? And they are a good person, but they were just born with a broken brain. essentially.
Technically, they could never be a good person.
But is that God? Isn't God the evil person for putting that upon them?
Yeah,
They didn't
completely.
choose that.
Completely. You could really start
So
questioning.
where does God fall into this?
Yeah,
little
you could start questioning this whole thing of God, because again, God, you'd be
But
like,
then he put in the person up the very top
100%.
who
Yeah.
feels for that person.
Yeah, God allows all the tragedies, all these horrible things in the world to exist.
If he exists. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole idea that there's someone who's just like, you have a story of Precious.
It's
or you-
Easter, by the way. Jesus
Easter,
was
by-
just rose today from the tomb.
Yeah, apparently God allowed that to happen to his son.
And let his son get
Yeah.
killed by some Romans,
Yes.
instructed by the
Yeah.
people of Israel.
There's a lot worse things. There's a lot worse things than being crucified.
Yeah.
A lot worse, and that's the real
Maybe
thing.
it was kind of good.
Yeah, compared
out
to some of the trauma most people are going for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure, just living back then would have been traumatic enough. No internet
Yeah.
connection.
Yes.
Crazy.
Terrible.
How do you go on Instagram? How do you see how many likes you got last night?
I do always want to go into it. I think Instagram is getting crazy. I think social media is getting insane.
Let's get into that.
It's gone to a crazy point. I don't know.
I just want to finish quickly
I wanna
before we get into that.
put a bow on this.
Just for the psychopaths, where do they lie?
Yeah, psychopaths. Well, you
People
don't.
who haven't had a choice.
Yeah, you haven't had a choice. You're born with these traits or this defect or whatever that's gonna not allow you to even.
Or a paedophile who has never acted upon it. Where do they fall? But they have these thoughts because they're a
that'd be
human.
a good person.
That's a good person.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Definitely. Someone who's a pedophile is aware of it and is like, I'm not going to act on this. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to seek help. I'm going to start up a website for other pedophiles to go get help. That's a good person.
What if they pleasure themselves?
They can pleasure themselves just thinking about things. They don't
Thinking about whatever.
Yeah, as long as they're not acting. As long as they're not.
Bad though that you're still thinking about a horrific thing.
You could start because I think the whole idea of being a good person is not to inflict
it on someone else. So you're not watching CP. You just it's just in your head.
Yeah. Who's being hurt here really?
Yeah.
If it's just going on in your head, is anyone being hurt?
I guess you're putting those thoughts deeper into your head to maybe one day you can't, you're continuing the cycle. You're making it a bit worse. For yourself. You're normalizing it slowly to yourself. Because you've done it now. And I don't know, if you just never, and you're like, nah, never. That's horrible. I'm never going to think about that. I'm just going to block it out.
This is the thing. This goes on the scale.
Yeah.
Straight away. Someone who's doing
they'll
that.
Jump them up.
Yeah, they'll jump some right up. We're getting close to maybe like the 80s. Do you know what I mean? If you're really going to withgo your own desires, your own natural
uncontrollable
instincts, you're going to do that.
Some curse that God
Literally,
gave you. Yeah.
You're doing so much more than the average person.
Yeah.
You're doing so much. It's like people who let's say have a porn addiction is like, I'm not going to watch any porn. I'm not going to have any thoughts of women in that way.
Any.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like or in a negative way.
Yeah.
It's only going to be like a real positive thing.
Yeah.
I feel that's someone it takes so much mental strength.
Yep, definitely.
To do that. And so, then they get pushed right
up the ladder. What about just the finish on the psychopath?
Yes.
How they can't even choose to do or not because they don't have the empathy inside their brain to even process that.
Completely.
So where do they just get a default?
Yeah, this is the sad thing. You have a default bad person.
You're right.
Because
so
your natural being is going to impact other people negatively.
Yeah.
Which is an unfortunate thing.
So should you just I don't even know.
Yeah, because you wouldn't even know. Well, we go into the whole idea of when you're even going into all the injections that can be done into kids nowadays. I think there was a story about a 13-year-old who could have had some sort of injection to make them grow taller.
Yeah.
At a certain age. I think it was like a $10,000
growth hormones or something.
Yeah, some sort of.
What's this in relation to? I'm lost.
The whole idea of intervening
with God's creation.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know what the term is.
If there is a God.
But that whole idea of like you can do certain things to make the child's eye color this. You can make sure they're not going to have any of these diseases with that thing.
Because I might have said it, and it sounds bad, but I believe in a Mother Nature spirit that controls the earth completely.
Right.
Created us, in a sense. Maybe not in a fantastical kind of cool sense, more of a random, very natural sense.
Yeah.
I feel like the Mother Nature is all good and all evil, and is just a wild, wild thing that doesn't really care much about us that much.
Right.
Has love, has hate, but it's just very wild, and we live in a wild world.
This is Mother Nature, and people are just getting born with certain
lineages. Might not even have that much control. Doesn't really care that much about us. We're not the sons of God. We're not these important things.
Yeah.
We're just a thing that happened, and it's wild.
Right.
Doesn't really matter that much. But then you can get into where strong Christians and other religious people would be like, well, that's the devil. That's the decline where you can get to the point where nothing means anything, so why do anything if life's meaningless,
Okay,
if
yeah.
there isn't a God up there that said, you are here to be good and loving and to by thou their neighbor and do this and that.
Yeah.
Well, then what's the point? Why not just kill everyone and just do whatever you want?
I think,
Because life's
yeah.
meaningless if that what you're saying is true.
Mm.
And I guess I'd say to that, I've put myself deep on this.
I know.
haven't
It's I'm still trying to wrap my head around what that actually even...
I'd say religion was really, really good for a certain period of history where we
yeah.
needed it as a people.
So you had the idea of a Christian as like you're made in God's image. God was
Yeah.
a human.
Or just religion in general.
Therefore, you're better than every other animal.
Yes. And
A
you
bad
have a
idea.
soul where every other animal
Yes.
doesn't really have a soul. They're
Yeah.
just going on primal urges.
Yep, you're better. You should know better.
You have thought, artistic. You can have all these very complex thoughts on things.
Yes.
You
Wouldn't
can
that be
choose.
perfect?
You have free will.
Yeah.
I think where it's like people believe animals don't have free will.
Yes.
But I think we're in an interesting time once again, and I think it's happened previously, where animals are becoming seriously domesticated, where we're going to start to see them do some scary things that question whether they do or don't have souls, where they're really coming out of that natural instinct, where dogs especially are being treated better than most humans on Earth.
Yeah.
And like in Dubai now, you see these lions that are living with these people.
Yes.
And I'm just can't wait to see what starts to happen, where they get so domesticated, where we start to see lions dancing and doing things that we never would have thought were possible. Possibly,
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
be wrong.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm seeing cats dancing all over my timeline on Instagram. I'm seeing...
And there's like dogs skateboarding,
Yeah,
and they look
dogs-
like they're enjoying it. They're just like slaying, just like crushing it.
I look at those videos and like, is that pure animal abuse? Is that like the classic sense of animal abuse where there's some owner that's like, you're going to do this, and if you don't, you're not getting treats. Do
Yeah.
this, you're not getting treats. That's happened for like years at a time.
But
and
it's
now
even
it
with
can
dogs, I
skateboard.
feel like there needs to be a separation, because you have like a German Shepherd,
Yes.
then you have a pug. They're
Right.
not the same animal anymore. That's a different thing.
I guess you could look at the size of their brains. We're going into...
Not even brains. It's just like that's some evolved thing. I don't know if we should call that a dog anymore. These are like, what's a word we could do? A doge?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
You know,
of
because
like
you see a German Shepherd, like this is a wild animal. This could live by itself. This could go out back into the wild. It's a dog.
You're right. A
You could-
pug can't just go waltzing into
This isn't really a dog anymore. We've evolved this new thing.
like a
It
toy.
came from a dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to compare it to a toy, but it's like, I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah, it's been like grossly domesticated.
Grossly
to the point.
domesticated to the point where it's changed forms as an animal.
Yeah.
It's so dependent on us for absolutely everything, almost like
Yes.
a baby.
Yep.
It would die. It's not going to survive anywhere else.
Yes.
It could never go back. It's too small and shriveled. It couldn't live in a wild setting.
I guess you have the same idea. I guess if you were to, I guess, have a family of people with like, I don't know, like I guess, I don't know too much about this, but like mild intellectual disabilities or,
Yeah.
or like physical and mental disabilities, if that was just constantly being bred
Yeah, what would happen
generationally,
eventually,
what happens? Like I think
if you're
they,
supporting that.
yeah, you do
breeding.
severe inbreeding.
Yeah.
You find that in a lot of like areas of the world.
Because that's what those dogs are.
Yeah, it
severely
seems like it's
inbred.
the result of severe and dangerous inbreeding.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why they can't breathe.
Yeah, they
a
have
lot of
breathing-
things are messed up.
With severe inbreeding, you have those sorts of problems
Yeah.
where it's like they're going to die young, they can't really talk or move or understand
What are we
what's
doing,
happening.
people? Chill with the dogs.
They look cute though.
I bet they do.
They look pretty cute.
I mean, like the perception of like aliens looking at us, we're just like the most messed up things. It's like hilarious.
It goes into like a good and bad thing.
We'd go to other planets and see like aliens doing this, and we'd be like, we need to kill these evil things that are like forcing all the like sick animals to breed.
Yeah.
And they call them cute or something, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, look at the little thing, you're so cute.
You know-
And it's like,
I've got a really classic, going back into the whole idea of good and evil
Yeah.
as well, a classic one. So I'm going to a otter cafe
Yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah.
Got there early. I'm like, it's gonna be a cool cafe. I'm gonna be having like cups of tea with otters. They're gonna be walking.
Wait,
around the
an
place.
otter. That went over my
Oh
head.
yeah, I think I have a weird accent with.
I need
an
to
otter.
remember what an otter looks like.
An otter. An otter
Can we
looks like
pull that
kind
up
of
on the screen right now, Jamie?
Do you remember
So we
Kim
go.
Possible, the funny?
Oh, naked mole rat.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a naked mole rat with hair.
I just need.
They're
the
very
image.
cute. They're very funny.
There's an otter cafe.
There's an otter cafe in Japan that I went to.
Come on.
Yeah, so see, if you look up, if you're at home, you want to
Okay,
look up what
cute.
an otter. So you
Little
see,
things,
hilarious.
yeah.
Like, if you want to go to an otter cafe, they've got these cafes all over Japan, dog cafes, cat cafes.
Yeah.
I saw an otter cafe and I'm like, I gotta go
I gotta
there.
suss that.
Shout out to Hassan. He went to the otter cafe. He said it was the best experience of his life.
Hasanabi.
Yeah, and I had to do the same thing. I
Yeah.
saw a bit of his vlog, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I get there, it's early, I'm waiting in the rain. I want to be one of the first people. Another thing, I'm a pretty good person. The two girls before me got there early. I think they were from Australia, kind of like
Yeah.
hipster, like Newtown people.
Probably watch the sun as well.
Probably watched the sun as well. I was like, oh my gosh, we got to go to this thing.
Yeah.
We go up. It's all going to be fun. First thing we see is these tiny cages, and these otters are just running around in circles in tiny cages,
Jeez.
screaming. And there's a bunch of these cages outside. It's raining, and it seems like they're kind of getting
They're in
rained
the
on.
rain?
They're in the rain. Not completely in the rain, but like they've got
They're
this.
not inside.
Yeah, they've got a flimsy roof.
Yeah.
And they're in pretty tight cages, running around and screaming like crazy. I go in, there's like a little play area, like it was in a preschool, and you can play with like 3 of them, and they're running around.
Yeah.
When I saw those, I was like, okay, this isn't the best thing on earth, but I can
What's
kind of
happening here, Hassan?
see that.
You're a socialist.
I thought you were a socialist who cared about people. And then,
Quick one, Hassan. I should be able to promote myself on your stream if you're a socialist. But yeah, back to your point.
That's a great one,
Yeah.
actually.
Being very capitalistic about your stream, but yeah.
But yeah, so I'm there and I'm starting to question it. I'm looking outside. I'm looking at inside, and they've got also hedgehogs, like tiny little hedgehog balls. You can see. You can like
Got
pet
Noah's
them.
Ark in here.
I know it's almost like they've forced this thing. There's no real cafe.
Yeah.
It's like a zoo, and I'm like, I'm not a big fan of zoos already. And I'm like, what am I gonna do here? I'm in, and I've just paid the money. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna continue this thing? Because in my head, if I had to wait any longer, I was about to leave.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know if I can support this thing. What I noticed, I think after waiting for 15 minutes, the girls had left.
Gosh.
Yes, they hadn't.
They
gone
were
for
off
their,
it.
They were off. They hadn't stayed for their time to go play. I think they just took the L and left.
They were like, this is a bit crazy.
This is a bit crazy. What was going through my head is like, I'm going to get my money's worth.
I've paid. I didn't work for nothing.
I've paid, I think it was like $60 or
What?
so
Gosh.
to go see these otters and get 2 drinks. What am I going to do? Not see the otters?
Yeah.
I just have to block the outside and just look at the inside and go to the play area. That was a perfect test.
Yeah.
You'd say those girls potentially were at a higher level. Me at that moment, I would say I'm mainly a good person. I was doing a bad thing and I was aware of it.
Yeah.
And I was like tossing it up. I'm someone who's very introspective. I'm constantly questioning myself. But that was a great example of people will abuse animals for gain.
Yeah.
And then after I went there...
Animals have no rights, essentially.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think most people could see that and be like, this is a pretty terrible thing.
yeah.
Yeah, people who oppose zoos...
I'm paying people to put an otter in a cage so I can
Yes.
go cute and take a photo for 10 minutes.
100%. Yeah, for 10 minutes. And it's like my 30 minutes or 15 minutes of enjoyment is worth this. Like, basically an animal to be captive and to be away from its natural habitat and live in some weird apartment.
Yeah.
But that's, a classic idea of... Yeah, humans can be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of animal abuse is going on.
Unnecessary.
Yes. And it
Extremely
seems-
unnecessary.
But then you go into the whole idea of zoos. Are they important?
I was just the other day, went for a lovely stroll around the
Nice.
city, the gardens.
Yeah.
Get into the city, into the strip.
Yes.
And I hear this sound of like animals dying.
Yeah.
Walk up, we've got the vegan protesters, and they're just playing the sounds of the slaughter. Of
Yeah.
just like pigs squealing. Some sounded like it was a guy just doing it. I was like, is this even real?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're just there covered in blood.
Yes.
And it was
Are these at
interesting.
the top? Are these really good people? Are these people that are like, what is going on in this world?
Yeah.
We got to put an end to this thing.
And it was like a double whammy where I was like, oh, that's good. But then I was like, you're like, I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it completely the wrong way. But it was like, you're like playing the sound like it's a song or something for everyone to listen to. Obviously, you're not.
Yep.
But it's like,
The idea.
I don't want to hear that. No, I'm joking. That's obviously why that was. Let's keep it in the slaughterhouse. That's why we have the slaughterhouse.
You see them with the TVs.
And we've got the Westfield.
Yeah.
When I'm in the Westfield, I don't want to be hearing the slaughterhouse sound. Separation. Yeah.
I don't want to see like a pig. Do you know what I mean? Like in a cage and then getting slaughtered on a TV with some guy in like in one of those weird masks.
But I agree. Like, our slaughterhouses are horrible, horrific things that need to stop.
Yes.
I don't know if it is an easy fix.
Yeah.
But I feel like it kind of is. I think it's just big business ruins it, where these huge corporations just take over the entire market, and they're like, we're just going to do it all, and we're going to get all the money for it, instead of 10,000 individual little farms having all their cute little animals, and they do it in a nice way, a normal way.
Yeah.
One huge factory, like, we'll do the 10,000 farm work all here, and it's not going to be that pretty.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm
yeah,
strongly
yeah.
against that. I think I might have spoken about it last time, but it's like, it's Woolworths, boycott Woolworths, it's Coles, it's Audi, these big companies that have just dominated the market, and everyone have to go to them. Where it should be, I don't know, there's like the guild system which existed back in England. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. Look it up, the guild system. But it's essentially like, I feel like we could bring it back with things like Shopify and
What's
future
Shopify?
Technology. It's just like independent websites, entrepreneurial websites.
Yeah.
Just making it very easy. They kind of cover everything.
Right.
And they just do the work. They're not like taking a huge cart. They'll take a little cart. They got to take a little cart.
Yeah, they got a little.
But there should be 20,000 farms out in Australia.
Yep.
And you should have a choice from them. And it should be all very independent. And there should be laws that stop a big conglomerate like Woolworths taking over the entire market, drowning out everything else.
Yes.
And now it's just this highly, highly, highly competitive market. And they'll just dominate, absolutely. And they'll just lobby against this, they'll bring in this, and they'll just be able to conquer.
I guess you have this whole idea. How does it look for my reality?
How does what?
How does
So
this system?
essentially, you jump on your Instagram,
Yeah.
you jump on food.
Yes.
So this is the future. We're talking 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Because the technology is really coming where this will become a lot easier. You jump on you're looking through all the different options.
Yes.
You're like, oh, these people do this kind of thing. So you jump on their Shopify website. You order, I'll get 2 steaks. I'll get some eggs from you. And then it'll show, can also get from this farm. I can get some bacon. Bam, drone brings it the next morning. Just like a better system.
But I guess
And it's
the
all
system-
independent. And everyone's making their dollar.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's got $20 million, but everyone's got, enough. Everyone's got around $1 million they're making.
Okay.
Everyone's making money.
So is this like a
And it's
socialist?
stopped. No one's
communist
making
thing?
billions of dollars. Yeah, I guess it's socialist in a way.
Yes.
Probably exactly the definition of it. Not in a way. The very definition of it. But yeah.
Idealized socialism is what this is.
Yes.
It's like a perfect
It's
world.
the
that-
guild system where it actually works. So I
Right.
don't want to use the term socialism.
Yeah.
So it's this guild system where they had all different sects of people kind of all voted and would stop anyone growing too big. And it was all about this inheritance. And there was no inheritance tax. So their kids would inherit it directly.
Right.
So people didn't have to grow up with nothing and have to build something from nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone had something. Everyone was kind of happy. And then some law came in where they wiped it out. And then it just, one corporation took over everything.
What was the reason to wipe it out? What was the reason?
Because people wanted billions of dollars instead of $1 million.
It's like an Andrew Tate thing.
Yeah.
It's like I need to have 30 cars.
Yeah. And it's disgusting. It's like, this is like a sad society that you're looking at. It's like everyone could be a millionaire. And it's this scary reality that's really true. And capitalism, you almost kind of tricked that no one can.
Of course.
That can't be a thing, but it's like everyone can be a millionaire.
What people will
We
say...
have so much abundance of resources on the planet. Even with 8 billion people, I think it is possible for everyone to be a millionaire.
But if everyone's a millionaire, is no one a millionaire?
Essentially,
That's
yeah.
that's
Everyone
the tricky thing.
has what you would call a millionaire lifestyle today. Everyone's
Yeah,
got an
yeah.
acre of property. Everyone can kind of do what they want
Yes.
to a level.
Yeah.
You can afford one nice car. You can afford one nice house.
Yes.
You can afford
To go on
2 kids
holidays.
to go to nice school. You can go on a holiday here and there.
Here we go. Let's go into that idea.
Then there's people who have 20,000 homes.
Yes. Yeah,
People
of
who
course.
have gone. Their life is a holiday, constant holiday traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
They
of
have
course.
20 cars at their 20,000 houses, and they're depressed. And they're like, why am I still kind of sad?
Yes.
They have 20,000 girlfriends, and they're like, oh.
Because let's have a conversation about the wealthy, the rich.
Yeah.
Like, let's just really go into that whole idea, because this seems to be the issue.
Yeah.
This greed.
Capitalism.
Yeah, the capitalism. The top. The top seems to be where the issue comes from.
Yeah.
What's going on in this situation of, if everyone's a millionaire, this group can't exist. You can't have.
There'll be no billionaires. There'll be no Elon Musk building a rocket to space. But
Yes.
you could have 10,000 people who all pool their money together to create a company to then go to space.
Interesting. Without profit, are they going to have like significant profit? Because I guess it's the whole
But
idea.
that's
You
the-
want to feel better than the next guy.
And it's the whole thing. Sam Cedar had this debate. You should watch it with
Yeah.
it's like these Miami business guys.
Yes.
The Vault podcast, PD something podcast. I forget his name right now. And he's pretty much saying we should go back. Sam Cedar was saying we should go back to the 60s, where every dollar you made over $3 million, you got 90% tax.
Oh, okay. So $3 million cap, basically.
So you pretty much
Yeah.
could only make $3 million a year.
Yes.
You could make more, but you're not doing it for money after that point. Because you're not
Yes.
getting anything for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You get $100,000 every million you make.
yeah. That's
crazy.
That's a great one.
And he was talking about back then, and it's like people just, you don't work past your 3 million. So you kind of, you
Yes.
have your cap.
yeah, yeah.
And then wealth distribution is shared. So now there aren't these people with $0, and there weren't these people with like $44 billion. And there was this like
Yes.
disgusting wealth inequality. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, it's just mind blowing. You're like, how can this person not afford a Popeyes burger?
Yes.
And this person just bought a social media platform for $44 billion. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, yeah.
They both like live in the same country.
Because what's stopping that? What was the Miami? I want to know what the other side is. I want
So
to
a
try to figure
huge
out a good
argument, I feel, and Joe was very upset at Sam Cedar for it, and it's a funny
Yes.
little dispute because they played baseball together.
Do they? Joe Rogan.
But Joe doesn't remember Sam, or he will never say his
Ah,
name. But
okay,
Sam's
yeah.
like, we played baseball together back
Yeah.
in Boston,
Yes.
and he wasn't that good.
right.
So it's a funny little thing they got
but
going on.
what's the take from Joe? What's that?
Joe's and a lot
Can we calm down with this? What's going on? Someone living in Gotham City here. Ambulances and police cars need to go by.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't
out
know what's
there.
going on.
Sunday
People
night.
are- people
They
are
should be eating fish. Jesus just rose. Calm down.
People are going to the streets. Okay.
But I think the huge argument is like people like Elon Musk can't take us to Mars. Apple wouldn't. People wouldn't create iPhones. Blah blah blah. Is kind of the main
motivation
argument.
seems to be a big one as well. Do you think
Motivation.
people wouldn't be as motivated? Or the classic one, if you can't make $3 million throughout in this society,
Yeah.
fine, I'll do it illegally then. Fine.
I'll move to a place where I can do it.
Yeah.
Another country's like you can do it
Of
here.
course.
Everyone will leave.
100%.
Yeah.
And it seems to be an impossible thing because what happens as well, greed exists,
But it used to be a thing.
but it
In
wouldn't
America.
have, right?
Is the thing, and they got rid of it.
Yeah.
And that's when the gross wealth disparity
yeah.
happened.
Yes,
So
yes.
you can kind of trace it.
I-
So it's not like this communist idea that's never really worked.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, I don't know, maybe the world would burn if we did that. It's like, well, it was like that.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, and it's that times, it was like the, just after World War II.
Yeah.
What did they call that era?
Oh, the
Baby boomers.
The baby boomers.
But it was
baby
another
boomer
term
era.
for it.
Era.
But it's like everyone could afford a home and a house.
Yes.
In like a few years of working and saving.
Yeah.
And it's like, why now am I pretty much getting the same wage? What they were getting like $10 an hour back then. We're only getting like 25 minimum. So
Yes.
there's like, it's only doubled. It's not that much difference. And $10 back then would have been a lot
Yeah.
more than now. or you're getting like $40 if you're working like a pretty good job. This
Yeah.
is Australia. But then a house is like $1 million.
I was going to say, also, on top of the houses, no one can buy a house outright.
And it's the whole thing.
No one can do it, yeah.
Directly impacts that because someone can make $1 billion, and that billionaire, he'll be like, I'll pay $10 million for that place. Sure
Yeah.
thing. And then once he's bought that $10 million home in that area,
Yeah.
now everything in that area has gone up in price.
Right.
And now you're bringing other investors who are also making this extraordinary wealth.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pay that much. I'll just buy this whole block. Name your
Right.
price.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll pay that. If he's going to pay that. And then you just up the real estate and then people get kicked out and it just ruins everything.
Yeah,
and you
'cause-
can just see and it just slowly chops down and pushes people out more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah, because I know something crazy is going on right
Something's
now in
broken
Sydney.
in the system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something crazy is going on in Sydney right
Yeah.
now, and I don't really know what's going to happen with it. It's one of those funny things where it's like in the history books, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I kept on hearing about no one's able to get a home, and
Yeah.
no one can afford to get a home, and all these people who have these like." Investment properties, or their homes that they got a loan for are like struggling and having to never go out to dinner and budgeting to like.
I saw
the
one.
utmost
Someone was making
extreme.
$130,000 a year and they're struggling.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's like a highly successful person.
Of course.
So what's going on
Yeah,
there?
what's going? I saw a news article about a 45-year-old guy, 3 kids and a wife who works. I think he has a good job, and he's just. I think he has a $3 million home, and
Yeah.
he's just struggling
Yeah.
because of these. What is it? Some
Interest
sort of like
rates.
interest on the loans he got for his home, to the point where he is
It's
almost
disturbing.
about to get kicked out,
Yeah.
kicked to the streets.
Because essentially they went in and it's like, oh, pay $2,000 a month. And you're like, hell yeah. Easy.
yeah.
And then over the last 2 years, it went up 500. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Then it went up another 500. You're like, oh, I'll just have to work a bit harder. That's all right.
Yeah.
And then now it's on like 4,500. You're like, well, I can't really do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Yeah.
then we'll just take the home if you can't. Like, it's all good. Sign the contract. This could have happened. It was a risk.
That's
but-
true. Yeah, it was written in the mini
Read
font.
the 4,000 word document that we sent.
But I feel I'm seeing that story everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the story everywhere that no one can actually rent a place.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what's happening there, and I wonder what's going to go on. Is this going to keep on getting worse until it gets
My
to the point
guess
where...
for the rental thing is a huge thing is there's so many property investors
Yeah.
who have mortgaged, so it's not even their home,
Yeah.
so it's their business. And then their interest rates are going up, so then they got to up the rent because now they have to pay more.
Okay, yes.
And then other people who maybe just own that place, they're like, oh, they put it up to 900. Like, well, I might as well. I'm not going to take the loss. If he can get 900
course,
for it,
yeah.
I'm going to put it up to
Yeah,
900.
yeah.
Even though they don't have to. Nothing's affected them. But they're like, why wouldn't you? If someone's going to pay for it, well, you'd put it up.
Yeah, of course.
It's like the market.
It is a
If
market
they'll pay
thing.
for it,
Yeah.
put it up.
Mm.
If everyone was like, oh, no, like we could get by. We're not going to up it.
Yeah.
Probably would have chilled out, but
Interesting.
capitalists, people are going to take the money they can get. You'd
Of
be an
course.
idiot not to.
Your accountant would be like,
What are you
are
doing?"
you actually doing? You're just
Yeah.
not making money. What's the whole idea?
You can make
here?
double what you're making
Yeah.
right now.
So I guess it goes into this idea of, I guess, financial decisions.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. So what happens to the 1% is... So there's all those things. I'm trying to figure out the other reasons why it would be good to just keep it this way. Should an Andrew Tate exist? Is
Should
that a
we
good
all
idea?
strive to
Should
be
we?
Andrew
Should we
Tate?
all strive? If we're all striving to be Andrew Tate, is there
To
something?
have 10 Bugattis,
Yeah, is there something beautiful about
10
that?
supermodels,
Yeah.
10 houses throughout Eastern Europe.
What about like the stories? Because Andrew Tate's a great idea and a great story.
Yeah.
I love the idea of like someone who gets inspired by him, gets to his position. He's like, whoa, this is the best feeling on earth.
Yeah.
Like I have 10 supermodel girlfriends and I have 10 supercars. Is that kind of a beautiful thing? Is that something that is important that we may lose if we go back to this guild system? Do you think that's an important thing? Like even a
Important in
Donald
what
Trump-
way? Because someone like that, what's he doing for the world? I guess what he's doing now is good.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
inspiring people, whatever. He's
Yeah.
got
I know
negative
you wanna
effects
get
as well,
into
huge negative
that
effects.
Yes.
But to do someone like Elon Musk, do we need someone who can take us to Mars, who can make us electric cars at a cheap price, who can make rocket ships land on the ground?
Yes.
And he couldn't have done that if he couldn't make his billions of dollars, because he needed that money to invest into all these things.
I don't know if Elon Musk is the problem, though. I honestly think it comes down to...
But the amount of money he can make, depending how good you are at business.
Yeah, I think he's like an
I feel like-
anomaly. I don't think many people
Are
his-
like him. But
Yeah.
most people strive to be like him.
I don't think they do at all. I think most people strive to do a version of what Andrew Tate's doing and living in a gold palace. In
From
Dubai.
what I've seen, most like actual professional business people, like Elon Musk is the pinnacle. It's like you want 5 of the best businesses ever created on Earth.
Oh, right.
Is the actual pinnacle point. Yeah, a lot of dumb kids are like, I'll just do what Andrew
Till I
Tate.
get my-
I'll just do
yeah.
push-ups and whatever,
Right.
and be like as competitive as possible,
Yeah.
and just do as hard as I can and find the best way.
Right.
That's like an easy way. But if you're actually just trying to
Have like actual success.
actual successful businesses that actually give to humanity and make it
Right.
such a better place.
Yep, yep.
In all, like Amazon, you can order a toy and it's there in an hour.
That's true.
You can order food, it's there, and like he's bringing actual goodness to the world.
Yeah,
it's
you're
actually
technically
beneficial.
helping.
An iPhone creating like just the best thing ever created on Earth.
Yes.
Best invention we've ever had.
That's true. Oh, yeah, which
Yeah.
almost wants me to
Can't
go into
beat
the,
it. Yeah.
go into
Yeah.
the
What
next
was the
thing of-
Instagram thing?
Yeah, I find Instagram and social media it's getting crazier.
Yeah.
It's getting crazier
I
and
love it.
crazier.
I'm loving it more than ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
I've
I'm loving it
changed my
more than
opinion
ever.
on it,
Oh,
relatively.
wait. In a good way. You
Yeah.
think it's good now?
I think it's the best thing in the world.
Instagram.
I think
Social
it's
media.
a lot like what's something I could compare it to food.
Okay.
So you have food. We're not really taught what to do with it. We just got given it.
Yes.
So we're back in, I don't know. Can't even think of a point where people weren't that nutritional
Yeah.
necessarily. But just say we've been given, you have a huge thing of food
Yes.
and you've never grown up. You've never been taught what's good and bad. You just have no idea.
Yeah.
So you just started eating stuff that kind of looked good.
Yes.
But you could only choose, once you had a certain amount, you're kind of stuck there and you're full and you're just like sitting in your fullness.
Yeah.
So you followed a bunch of stupid things and you just have all the, and you're like, I hate Instagram. But it's like you just created a horrible feed. It's like you could have
that's
chosen
true,
all the
you're
salad
right.
and all the fruit and all the nice organic meat.
Yeah.
And you could be like, this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life.
You know
and
what?
this
Yeah,
is only
that's
getting
great.
better
That's
and better.
great.
All I see is galaxies and incredible new animals being discovered, and
Yeah.
like just it's just inspirational. But then some people, I just see like chicks that make me depressed because I'll never be able to talk to her.
Yeah, and guys
there's
who
20
were
million
so-
people following her.
Yeah.
And then I just see people fighting, and then I see people who disagree with my opinion on a political subject, and now I'm in a comment thread, and then I see my friends who are like doing better than I am, and they're just posting about it all, and I just hate it, and I just don't want to see that. And
That's
it's
beautiful.
Instagram. It's not
Yeah,
me. I
that's-
could never be
that's
bad.
great.
I'm perfect. I'm a perfect person.
That's funny.
Instagram's the problem. I'm gonna delete it. And then you're like, oh, you're just missing out. It's sad.
That's a great
Because I had that
take.
perspective. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Instagram's crap. I hate it. Stupid.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like people are watching, like, just delete the Instagram you have and start a new one. And it will be pretty good. Don't follow your friends. Just forget life. Do what you are interested in. What do you like?
That's a
Follow
really
some cool things. A lot of crazy things on there. You just got to create it in a new way.
That's actually a
Most
crazy
people,
one.
they don't even post anymore. They're just stuck in this, like, they just have their friends from high school, even earlier, family friends, just people they've met. And they're like, I don't want to post. I just know people are judging. I have to, like,
Yeah.
do some perfect thing that's not going to annoy someone because you're just so in your head about it. And then people just don't even post anymore. They
Yeah,
just kind
yeah.
of just scroll through it and kind of hate it. And you're like, ugh.
That's such a scary one because I know I'm that person.
I was
with
just
the-
like that. I was 100% like that. I've seen people are like that. Everyone's like that. People don't even post anymore.
Yeah. Or I mean, like, just my feed.
Yeah.
My feed is just the
Toxic.
Yeah, the worst things on
Just
earth.
burgers and
It's-
onion rings
yeah.
and French fries and donuts.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gets more and more addictive.
yeah.
it just gets better and better. I feel like because they had this whole idea we're going to try to make these social media apps less addictive, and I feel like they've gone back to their old ways again.
I think they will. Like, I'm optimistic about them becoming more safe because I feel like they are cars without seatbelts currently.
Okay.
They're very dangerous.
Yeah.
They have no seatbelts. They have no safety. Like, I think, and I hope they will bring it out. You can't create an account without a valid ID.
Okay,
A government ID.
This, yeah.
So you can't have a fake account.
I think we've had this. I don't like this idea. I think
You don't like it?
Yeah, I find it.
Because right now, it's
the fun.
2023. All you need is an email address.
Yep.
And you're on. You're in.
Yeah.
You have an Instagram account. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can be whoever the hell you want.
Yes.
You can be a fake person. You
Yeah.
can be a fake account. You
Yeah.
can just do malicious things on there.
Yeah.
You can just use it extremely maliciously. And there's no way you can really stop it. Nothing. Where I feel like it will be better when everything... Yeah, you can have like 10 accounts, but they're all tied to your ID. So if you scam someone, if you're impersonating someone, it's going to fall back on you. And you'll get punished for it. And people are probably scared of that. But I think it's good. It'll stop cyberbullying.
Yep.
It'll stop fake accounts who are like impersonating people, trying to get scamming old people or just like people who aren't aware enough. You know, like I feel like a lot of that's going to stop bots who are just doing weird political crap.
Yes.
From Russia, from America, the Democrat, Republican Party, Liberal Party, Labour Party, just spreading false information for a malicious aim to disrupt people.
Yeah. So I guess like we're in a place where it is technically like the Wild West.
It's
right
Wild
now.
West. You can do whatever the hell you want.
It's kind of fun.
There's no laws. It is fun.
Yeah, it is
I'm
kind
sure
of
like
fun.
our great-grandpa, he said he used to drive to the Central Coast. He'd have 4 long necks on the way. He'd have like 10 long necks on the way, seatbelt off, do whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah.
It's not even that long ago.
Yeah.
It was just before safety.
I guess that's
And then people just kept crashing. And like, what the hell are we
Yeah.
going to do here? People just keep crashing and drinking and crashing. And people are probably like, you can't take away our rights. We have a right to drink and drive. We have a right to wear or not wear a seatbelt.
It's like, sorry, buddy.
Sorry,
you're
mate.
putting this thing
You're
on.
putting it
or
on.
you're paying a few $100s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the idea.
And you'll probably have to pay for it more soon. It's kind of like what Twitter's doing. And I'm kind of glad that Elon bought Twitter because you can see he's changing it. It's going to be fresh.
Right.
Like, I'm loving Twitter. It's so fun.
Why?
Well, I'd never used it. And coming from Instagram, it's just like less people and more just like things. Like Instagram is just like these people's personified little stories of themselves.
Yeah.
It's just people.
Yes.
So I'm kind of sick of people where Twitter is just more like...
It's an idea.
It's more ideas and
Yeah, it's
news.
definitely an
less
ideas.
people, less faces of like...
That's
all
true,
these
yeah.
angles
There's
of
no
just people's
pretty
stupid
faces on. It's
no
all
pretty face. There
the
are,
best- yeah.
but that's saturated. It gets buried.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the main thing.
Yeah, I guess you got the best comedy in the world on Twitter.
Yeah.
You've got like takes, things to make you think.
Yeah, it's quick,
It's-
trending. What's trending right
yeah.
now? Jesus was trending today.
Yeah, and like, what's a funny joke about Jesus?
Yeah.
You find like, what's a funny meme about Jesus? It'd be like Jesus on the first day, and then
Yeah.
like whatever. I guess Twitter's good for that. I think you can get the negativity because it takes
so
like the
much.
political stuff. It has like a lot of what Twitter does. I think it's you can have a lot of very controversial things, ideas that really test you.
Yeah.
People who are really pushing barriers with like comedy or jokes or takes or ideas. Because I think it's always a lot of racial stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of racial stuff.
I think the conversations are great, but I just think, and I feel like he's trying to do that, create it more of a debate.
Yeah.
Where these just like verbal attacks that don't lead anywhere.
Right.
And I think if people have their IDs tied to it, they're going to be a bit more professional about the way they convey themselves in this setting. They're
Yeah.
going to be less childish and like less like this is just some silly little thing I'm on and it doesn't matter that much. And it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot more serious and professional and better.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It'll just be a better thing, better way to interact with people. I can't wait.
Because it's going to be tied to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really like the idea as well of doing the Instagram purge.
Yeah.
Unfollow all the negative
Don't
stuff.
even just delete it and start a new one.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
If I was anyone, like that could be a big selling your old Instagram accounts because it's going to be hard to create them soon, I reckon.
Right.
So you grow up a little Instagram, you'll be able to sell that for a lot of money one day.
Mm.
Because I reckon it ain't going to be so easy soon and free.
To get followers or to...
Just to create an account.
Oh, to actually get one.
To-
So people who are in there, you're good. Because I've got like 10 accounts.
I reckon they'll do some weird purge where if you haven't posted in a year or two,
You're gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
your head's chopped off.
or you'll need to do a verification, or
Yep.
it'll get deleted in 90 days.
Right. Isn't there through email, I guess? All you need is
It'll be
email
an
address.
ID, I
Yeah,
reckon.
now it's going to go into ID.
Will be the best way.
You know, it's a good one. I do want to... Yeah, I'm just finding that it's becoming more and more of a problem.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm like at the gym. That seems to be the biggest problem I'm facing now.
Yeah.
Getting through a good workout. I find the gym more than any other time is like I just pull out the phone
Yeah.
and just this negativity. I look at everyone around me. They're all on their phone, and it's like this thing. It's like a drug. It's like seeing someone smoking
it's just
cigarettes.
dopamine, yeah.
And it's starting to look more and more
But
like
it's that funny thing. I'll be walking home and I'm like, oh, look at all these idiots on their phone. I'll just go on my phone.
Yeah. Then it's great because it feels like pulling out a cigarette.
Yeah.
It literally feels like pulling out a cigarette. It's like, and that's literally what happens.
I do like shout out Sneeko, controversial figure.
Yeah.
His thing is like you got to put out more content than you consume, and you'll have a better
Yeah,
experience.
Of
with
course.
Because I feel like so many people they're just stuck in these weird little like
like a loop of
loops
just,
of who they follow and follows them, and they just don't even like don't even use it. They just use
Yeah.
it. They just consume
yeah,
and
of
just like
course.
sitting there just consuming it, just not even using it for what it's for.
Yeah.
And like and shy and embarrassed about using it because you
Yeah.
have too many people that you're like too close to that you don't even like talk to, but they're there, and it's like why do all these idiots? Why am I even like
Yeah,
following
who
you,
are all
dude?
these people?
Just
Yeah.
random people. I don't even have anything in common with you besides we went to the same stupid school.
Yeah.
We have nothing in common. And then you just like, but you're just stuck with them because that's
They're
how it
taking
is.
up your day. Yeah.
Because it is kind of cool to see people that you grew up with,
Of
see what they're
course.
doing now. They got kids, they're married, doing this and that.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to delete it. Just make a new one, and don't follow anyone from your old one. Just create a new life for yourself. It's the
I like
open, wide world. You create, like I'm talking to kids in like Germany and stuff. You know, it's
Right.
just fun, and they're like similar interests. It's like the wild open world is right there now.
I was
It's
thinking that
only gonna get
yeah.
better.
Find your interest, new Instagram for that. Only
Yeah.
follow people that are going to help that, and
That,
then
that
build
you
up.
actually have something to talk about,
Yeah.
and that you're confident to comment and post and share,
Yeah.
and do things on. Instead of just sitting there and you kind of hate it, but it's like it's just kind of you want to see what your friends are doing, see what people are doing.
It's a tricky one with the whole friends thing because you do want to see what friends.
Yeah,
are
you
doing,
don't need to delete it.
which
You
is,
should definitely keep
which is
one
a
that
hard
you've
one.
got. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can go on it sometimes, but you don't really use it that much.
Yeah,
You'll check in. It's like treat it like an old Facebook.
yeah, you got to do
You
a
might check
in.
in, see who's had a kid, like it.
Yeah.
You don't comment because you don't really care that much.
Yeah, that's.
It's like I heard someone talk about this thing. It's like people seem to care so much about other people
Yeah.
and helping other people, but they don't even call their own cousins to see if they're okay.
Right.
So it's like, how much do you really care? It's like this new just fake caring is really getting crazy.
fake caring.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
We all saw it with like BLM and all this stuff, and it was just this weird. I think we spoke about it on one of our first podcasts. Like,
Yeah.
it's all started with the Coney 2012.
Yep. 100%.
Created this
100%. It's like,
internet
no, I'm
phenomenon.
really caring about like child soldiers in
Yeah,
Africa.
in Africa.
I'm like, oh yeah, no.
We're gonna stop Coney.
Yeah, we gotta stop that thing. Yeah, I really
we can
care
actually
about that.
do something about it.
Yeah, we can do something. I gotta. Yep, Coney's going down.
It'll just I prefer someone to be like, I just don't really care
about your kid.
I prefer to hear that. At least it's real. I like the honesty. Be like, I don't really care what the cops are doing in America. Like, who cares? It's sad, I guess, but I don't really care. It doesn't impact me.
That's true.
Instead of someone who's like painted them like I don't know. There's so many of the old memes that are like resurfacing.
Oh yeah,
Of, like the
ones?
BLM on like the face,
Ah,
and just
dang,
like on
love
the
it.
TikTok video, and they're playing like a Macklemore song. It's just so, and it's just like, oh, it's incredible.
No, it's a scary time
I think it's the best time though. I'm excited.
for the future
I'm
of
optimistic.
social media.
Social media. I reckon I'm going all in. I'm going hard.
It's good. It's good. It's inspiring. I need to just change my mindset.
Because I just
a
had the
little
mindset, it's like, this isn't going anywhere.
bit. Yeah, it's not. It's
Because I
literally
feel
not
like
going
I
anywhere.
I had this perspective where it's kind of like, oh, it'll probably get, like, it'll just go away. Something new will
It's like
come
the
out
internet.
soon.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that important. It's just a little social media. It's like, it's probably going to be like everything. It's going to be so much more important than it is right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be the most essential thing ever. And it'll be better. It'll just be a better world. Everything will be easier. Crypto's coming. It's better. It's easier.
That's true. You can
Crypto
contact.
is
you
not
can contact,
going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's going up and down. It's going real down sometimes. It's
Really,
not
yeah.
going anywhere. It's like the price doesn't really matter because the technology is insane.
Yeah.
Like that technology isn't going to be forgotten.
Yeah.
I can send you $0.0000001.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere. That's going to only get bigger. That's how I reckon they'll incorporate it with social medias and make them just more important and more of like a monopoly where if you like someone's post, you pay 0.1 cents. So now when you like something, it actually means something.
Right.
You're not just liking any little moolly thing. If you comment, you pay them 0.0002 cents.
Right.
And just making it more real. Like tiny little microtransactions are the future, I reckon. And it's just going to be better.
Do you think people are intrinsically like cheap though? Cheapskates.
But it's going to be so cheap that you won't.
So you literally.
It's like 0.0000001 cents.
Right.
You spend 5 cents a week
Yeah.
liking stuff. There's so many people on it that if you're really popular, you can make a lot of money off it. And it's just going to be better. It'll be more real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you go and watch. It's too free and cheap right now. It needs to change.
It's got to
why
be like
it's
an
not
Elon
working.
thing. Yeah.
No, it needs to be like you go and watch live music. It ain't free. You ain't just walking in there and watch whatever you want.
Right.
You probably got to pay $5 at the door. Or you got to get a drink. Or you do something. You're paying somewhere. You got an Uber there. I feel like there needs more money on there.
Yeah, no, I like the idea.
I want to give Mark Zuckerberg more money. He needs it. He needs to book out the UFC again. I want that for him.
Gosh. No, I like it. It's going to be an interesting one to see how it does change. I guess even like the whole verification thing. Like, okay, if you really care about your business, are you going to pay $10?
Yeah, what's $10?
Do you know what I mean? Like, what's $10?
You want how much a beer is? It kills you slowly.
Yeah.
You don't
I
care
think I
about
could
your
see.
business?
Yeah. The most, apparently the thing that is going to,
Your
that
livelihood?
you're known for.
Yeah.
Your actual livelihood. You're
Yeah.
not trying to give $10
And there'll be less of these stupid just accounts of people just posting that crap. And there'll be maybe some other social media that will have that. And you go do that on there.
Yeah. It's getting me. It's getting the verification things constantly popping up for me. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, ready to make the move?
Yeah.
Ready to join? Ready to join? Ready to
Join
make
the
this
cult.
ready to make this a real thing?
Come to the real world.
Yeah.
Join the real world, ladies and gentlemen. Nah,
But,
we're joking.
no,
We're
I
joking.
do think
Drink water, though.
It's a drink water podcast, everyone. Get
Who
the
knows?
waters
Maybe
out.
we'll just get banned and we're going back to cash. We're going back to cash. Credit cards are going. We're
so
getting
funny.
rid of the seatbelts.
Wake
We're
up
going back to
tomorrow-
steam trains, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the steam train.
Wake up tomorrow, Instagram's gone. It's like, oh.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have put that much attention into it.
Hope you all had all got a real train or something that actually matters because it's over. Mark Zuckerberg was assassinated and it crashed down.
Headquarters was bombed. It's gone. Ceases to exist.
Trying to shut down Instagram.
Twitter's
it was-
gone.
Yeah,
Everything's
Twitter's
gone.
gone.
So you better know how to work with your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're bad at typing because I'll chop your fingers off if you're fast.
Oh, but dang. No, it's been Drink Water Podcast.
Thanks for watching. Follow,
Thanks for
subscribe.
watching, everyone.
all
Yeah,
the
follow,
good stuff.
subscribe. It's not going anywhere. We're going to be back next
Yeah,
week.
we're not
with some more
going anywhere.
shenanigans.
We're out
Yeah,
here.
we'll be
We're on
doing
the
this.
couch.
Yeah, we don't need any Instagram to do this. To become.
I've been on it like 3
Oh, you've
times
been on it,
throughout the
really? You've
podcast.
been
I was
doing
checking in,
Okay, you're checking
seeing
in,
what the
keeping
world's
keeping
doing.
us-
Should we say what's trending on Twitter quickly?
What's trending on Twitter quickly?
Let's
I
have
like
a
that you're
quick
finally
look.
on Twitter.
I know. I was I don't want to say a hater, but I was a skeptic.
Yeah, you're quite a skeptic.
Huge skeptic.
2023. Better.
And I don't know how to check on my phone, so that's the end of it.
don't know how to
so
check.
I don't know how to check.
You
I'm
go to search. You go to search. Are you on Twitter on your phone?
You got to say.
search.
Oh,
There we go.
thank you. See, you learn.
What's trending?
Jesus, obviously.
Jesus trending.
Taiwan. So I'm gonna have to
What's
look
happening in
into that.
Taiwan? That's curious. I'm curious about that.
The Arabs, Alyssa, Star Wars, kidnapping.
Gosh.
Love it. Nuremberg 2.0.
What's happening in Taiwan quickly? Do you want to
Yeah,
click on
that's-
that? I'm actually kind of curious. Because as we know, we've got a good friend going to Taiwan soon. A friend Josh.
Taiwan is currently surrounded by China's 71 fighter jets, 7 destroyers, and an aircraft
Are you
carrier.
kidding? It actually
Taiwan
says
is
that.
currently encircled by the Chinese military.
Was
the
this
U.S.
real?
government sends billions weapons to Ukraine and Taiwan.
What?
Chinese army presented an animation of joint high-precision strike on Taiwan.
Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Is this actually happening?
This doesn't look
It's not
too
even a
good.
joke. Josh is going there on Thursday.
Well, he might have to cancel his flight.
Have to cancel his flight.
No cap, though. No cap.
Yeah, no cap. I was just in Taiwan 2 weeks ago, everyone, at the airport. That's terrifying.
Well, it could be an exercise. They're just stretching. They're just
Oh,
stretching.
gosh.
They're stretching their weapons around the borders of Taiwan.
What's the classic idea you do to someone? It's like I'm not going to throw anything. I'm not going to throw it.
Made you flinch. Made you call America for help. Ah, we're just joking.
I'm not in your circle. I'm not in your circle. What are you talking about? I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. That's what China's doing right now in Taiwan. Anyway.
Chill out. Let's
check
go.
it.
Drink
We'll
more
check it. I know.
podcasts.
It's good night.